Yo, yo, yo! Dude's in his house. Let's. Yo, yo, yo! Dude's in his house. Let's. Okie dokie. I don't know how to. I think this is okay. I think this is okay. Okay, let's begin then, shall we? Just one more hour of and
I want to do things that anyone could do since skydiving cost money. It's not part of this plan. I definitely don't need to prove to anyone how bold I am because I truly know. However, it is my responsibility to show others it's okay to not follow rules or standards of how we are supposed to live or act. I'm also here to show people judgment is okay cause it doesn't mean any less of us. That's why I do what I do. It's nothing about me. If I were about me, I would definitely choose something easier that doesn't make me an outcast from most people.
I want to do things that anyone could do since skydiving cost money. It's not part of this plan. I definitely don't need to prove to anyone how bold I am because I truly know. However, it is
However, it is my responsibility to show others it's okay to not follow rules or standards of how we are supposed to live or act.
What is this?
I'm also here to show people judgment is okay cause it doesn't mean any less of us. That's why I do what I do. It's nothing about me. If it were about me, I would definitely choose something easier that doesn't make me an outcast from most people.
Alright, okay, so let me show you Panzoid now. So this is Panzoid. It's the thing. This scare thing. Just close the tab before I go into this. I would love brilliant, mate. Brilliant. I like this. It's pretty cool. Of course, say it's awesome. It's so cool. It's not crazy bonkers, but pretty bonkers enough. I want to place like a filter on my there's this thing called Create Filter. People don't use it. People don't use it. Seriously, thanks. People don't use it like a tool. That's just basically what you're saying. So if you use it as a tool, then you basically know what you're doing and you know exactly what link to save on your desktop such that your desktop doesn't become too cluttered. Most people's desktop nowadays are like, if you've heard of AppMaker, AppMaker allows you to turn your websites into apps that work on your system. So most people have these apps on their desktops nowadays, not icons to wallpapers anymore. Nobody has wallpapers, like people's systems are empty. It's becoming insanely empty. Like there's nothing anymore in anybody's systems. If I look at these notices, tomorrow's a holiday. Oh no. This is bad. This is bad. I knew this. Is a lavender shirt. Well, firstly, the lavenders, all the civil people were kept on a different building, but it's very difficult not to notice the lavender because they're all over the place and they're pretty much clash. They pretty much clash. They're the brightest color in the color scheme, and whoa. This is what I do. So I've been trying to do cartwheels, which is great. I think I do that. Okay. What is Modern House 2 schematic? Dun, dun, dun. That's yeah, that really brightened the day, didn't it?
Olives, olives, olives. I have just arrived to a country that's probably the best at making olives. This is Palestine. It's a country where 60% of the land is filled with 8 million olive trees. Some of these trees are thousands of years old, older than Rome. And from each tree, the Palestinians make wonders. They take the olives and turn them into gold. Best olives. This Palestinian olive oil can be quite expensive because here it makes good food even better. And even the tree itself has become a symbol of the entire country. From the same trees, they make pickled olives, olive soap, and olive tree souvenirs. Come visit Palestine and taste their olives. Trust me, they won't disappoint. That's 1 minute!
the difference between them? Silly. Yeah. Water.
Is worth your time. See, I have just arrived to a city called Hangzhou in China. But this city has buildings that are a little bit different. One building is shaped like the sun, another is shaped like the moon, and another is shaped like 6 people holding hands from above. Don't know if this video is real or fake, but I do know that this video is worth your time. See, I have just arrived to a city called Hangzhou in China. But this city has buildings that are a little bit different. One building is shaped like the sun, another is shaped like the moon, and another is shaped like 6 people holding hands from above. The first thing on your mind is, why these shapes? See, in China, people believe in good energy. Good energy brings success, bad energy brings failure. And these Chinese buildings are built in a way to increase good energy and kill bad energy. They put the sun and the moon here to attract the river's good energy, which in turn flows through them towards another building, designed like 6 people holding hands to receive this energy and beam it across the entire city. In other words, China spent $1 billion on buildings designed to invite the invisible good energy from the river to the rest of the city. This is not fake news. This is feng shui. It's It's an old Chinese belief that the positioning of objects can influence the energy of a place. The more good energy, the better our lives are. And in Hangzhou, Feng Shui seems to be working. Hangzhou has become one of the fastest growing cities in the world, and many believe it's because of the city design. Shopping malls are built under the energy flow, so it brings more business, and buildings are built with holes, so energy flows through them. Feng Shui exists not just in China, but all over the world. You can see it in Singapore skyline, you can see it in Hong Kong skyline, and you can even see it in your room. Many people design their rooms according to Feng Shui. The placement of your bed, mirror, TV, window, sofa, and souvenirs are all placed in a very specific way, so that when you come home after a long work day, you instantly feel the good energy. If there's anything we can learn from the Chinese, it's that good energy matters. We all need more of it in our lives, from our friends, from our living rooms, and even from our buildings.
The future looks bleak. That's what I'm trying to explain. I want to leave.
comments after the live is over, obviously. All right, guys, so I'm going to give you guys a second to join here. Get some momentum, get some people here so we can have some questions. I know you guys are going to have a lot of questions. I don't want to touch on this anymore after this live. So hopefully all of you come and join me and ask any questions that you have regarding VSLs, pitch decks, presentations, you know, what you should be talking about. You're going to see what I'm doing and what you should be doing too. Right? All right, so let me give you guys a minute. If you're on this live already, give me a hashtag live. If this is your replay, give me a hashtag replay. If you want the presentation that you're about to see, give me a hashtag Prez, P-R-E-S. All right, let's see who is here. All right. All right, awesome. Got some comments here. I just realized. Live, Prez. Live replay, Prez. Those are some of the comments from before we launched. But that's cool. All right, we have Lori. What up, Shirasi? Nikhil. Awesome. Yes, value bombs all day, every day, bro. So I'm going to give you guys maybe 30 more seconds before we get started. Then I'm going to just go through the presentation, explain to you guys what you should be doing for a pitch deck, for a VSL, you know, all this good stuff. Stay hydrated. Greg, Peter, thank you guys for joining me. All right, so I'm going to start diving right into it. If you guys are here, give me a hashtag live, hashtag replay if you're watching this after the fact, and a hashtag Prez, P-R-E-S, if you want a copy of the slides. Also, please, guys, any questions that you have about VSLs, pitch decks, you know, Google Slides, presentations, any of that thing that has to do with the client and presenting, ask them right now. Now is the time. All right, cool. So I am going to jump into this real quick. Here we go. Make the switch. Boom. All right, so this is your cover, right? 90-day clients on demand system. And why do I use 90 days? Because that is the typical sales cycle, right? So I like to close brokers on a 3-month cycle because it takes sometimes that long for these to actually come to fruition. So you have to keep that in mind when you're selling these packages. Because if they say, okay, I'll try you out for 1 month, and then they know themselves that the lead is going to close in 45 days, and then after 30, they're like, oh, I don't want the service anymore. I'm like, well, of course you're not going to want it because you were expecting something differently. You know, this is all about setting expectations and pre-framing and future pacing. So 90 days is the minimum that I like to use personally. It's my company, Vesper Media, and here's what you get. So Mr., Mrs. Smith, John, whatever, you talk to them about what we're about to cover, you know, how to generate new qualified client opportunities, how to follow up with the leads, how to get these leads to actually show up to their appointments, you know, and how to prove this concept in your market works with guaranteed results. Guys, I'm going to let you know right now, this is not the script to use with this presentation. I am just going through it for you guys so you can see what it looks like, not hear the presentation, right? I just figured I let that be known before I continue. Let's see. Awesome, guys. All right, cool. You're still here, so I'm going to keep going. So the next thing, you want to future pace them a little bit. You know, imagine what life will be like when you can count on your clients. You never have to worry about money on advertising. You know, what difference will that make for your family, for you? When people use the word imagine, it's very NLP. It opens up your mind for suggestion because you start thinking differently. So like imagine what life will be when like you can count on new clients consistently. Sure, fuck, life will be great if you can count on clients consistently. There's no doubt about that. There's no, you know, it'll just be great. You never have to worry about losing money on advertising. Imagine how great that would be. You would make 100% ROI all the time, never lose on a losing ad or whatever the case is. You know, imagine what the difference will make for your family, for you. Now you're like, oh shit, it's gonna create a whole world for me. You know, it's gonna do what I want to do with my family. I'm gonna be able to build. They're gonna buy a house, blah blah blah. So you kind of want to get them in that zone so they can be susceptible to everything that you're about to pitch. So like, all right. Well, you know, my service is lead generation, and we like to do it through Facebook. So I'm going to knock out the #1 question, John, that most brokers have, and it's why Facebook. And here's the answer. There's 2 billion people on Facebook and blah, blah, blah. So you kind of go into this a little bit, and you show them, like, you know, this is kind of why. Now, the Facebook ad design and copy, you know, you talk about how not all Facebook ads are created equal, how you're using a proven ad system to convert. I got to change this. It says patients. It should say clients. See, always double proof your work, right? Convert new clients, and hence why we offer guaranteed results. Now, Facebook ad monitoring and management, this is what comes on the back end with Facebook's never-ending options in regards to ad optimization and management. We take care of all that for you, blah, blah, blah. We spend about $500,000 per year on Facebook. It's a little exaggerated, but it makes you seem like you're a grand company, And believe it or not, $500,000 on Facebook is not a lot of money. If you think that is, then maybe you need to up your game a little bit, start getting more clients, start spending some more cash. Because when you're dealing with like Fortune 500 companies and I have an e-commerce client that's spending around $25,000 a month just in ad spend. So it's like, if you have 10 of those, that racks up to maybe $250,000. So don't think that $500,000 is a lot of money. Simply put, we know what works and blah, blah, blah. So here's the keys to a profitable Facebook ads campaign. You got to target the right people, the right offer, the right Facebook ads, the landing page, the sales funnel, blah, blah, blah. So you show them like this is a landing page design. Unlike any other agencies who charge $1 to $5 grand, this is what we do. This is how we're different. That's the whole point of our presentation. You want to let them know how you're different, how you stand out, and what you're going to do for them. We have an auto updating lead tracking sheet, and then you touch a little bit about how we're going to track the leads. It goes into this database. We all have access to it, blah, blah, blah. We have an online scheduling for you if you want. I would even add more stuff here. And I got to remove these little things. So this is obviously not a final draft. I just made this. I finished it just now for you guys. I'm always testing new things. I'm always trying out new things. And this presentation, this pitch deck, this VSL is one of them. So this is what I do for my clients. I have staff training for like my front desk people, for like sales agents, for real estate agents. Sometimes they don't know what the fuck they're doing. And you kind of have to tell them, hey, idiot, this is what you have to do, A, B, C, D, E, in order for you to have success with the leads that I'm bringing in. So I personally have videos already shot of how to pick up the phone, how to answer the calls, blah, blah, blah. That you will not get from me. That's a lot of work and a lot of insider shit. But the point of this is for you to put your client in a position to succeed. So instead of saying extensive staff training, you can say extensive client staff, extensive staff support, where you can provide them scripts and procedures and structure. And it doesn't sound so intense like training, like, oh, you have a whole course for me? Great. Like, no, you don't have a course. I don't have a course either. It's just a few videos on a membership site, and they just log in and just check it out. It's nothing crazy. But I do that for them because I've learned if you don't teach them how to do it correctly, they're not going to do it correctly, and they're going to just do it wrong the entire time, and then you end up looking like an asshole. Shane, Vanessa, Craig, thank you for joining me, guys. I'm going through the presentation. If you're here and you want this presentation, give me a hashtag PRES. That's PRES. So this is the replay, hashtag replay. And if you're catching this live, give me a hashtag live, obviously, right? So this is the extensive staff training that I do for my guys, bi-monthly trainings and check-ins and dedicated account manager. So you kind of want to tell them all these things. So what am I offering here to you, sir, John, ma'am? Guarantee results. We're so confident in what we do, we will actually guarantee you results for your business. 60 lead guarantee. What do you feel about that, John? How do you think that's going to improve your life? Oh, wow, if I have 60 leads and blah, 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 like you gotta talk in the future. Like, well, we're already going to get you the leads. You just have to say yes. But imagine what that's going to change, what that's going to do for your business. What if you close only 5% of that? That's like 3 loans. 3 loans, you said each one is worth $6,000 to you. You're talking about $18,000, John, off of 60 leads every month. And I'm only charging you, oh, well, it's not the next slide, but I'm only charging you $5 grand, You guys should always start at 5 and work your way down. Any questions, guys, up to this point about what you should be putting in the slide, about what you should be doing, what you should be talking about? Let me know, and I will answer it here. But if not, Clifton, thank you for joining. If not, I'll just keep going, and then that way you can see the whole presentation. So the next slide, this is only for you if, right? So now we're qualifying them even more. You're a serious business owner looking to grow your business. You're currently running ads in TV, newspaper, radio, direct mail, etc., or buying leads and looking to get better ROI. So they have to already be marketing for me because I'm pitching $12,000 packages. So if you're not already in the market, then I have no business selling to you. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of a rule. Don't sell something to somebody that's not looking for it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you pick up the phone and like, hey, sir, I have 40 to 60 first-time home buyers. Are you interested? No. Okay. Don't continue pitching. You're not going to sell him if he's not interested in what you have to say. It's an uphill battle, and just don't do it. But if he's like, oh, yeah, sure. What do you got to, okay, great. Let's set up an appointment to talk. So for me, they have to already be in marketing, something marketing. Oh, I used to do newspapers. Oh, I was doing this, or I was doing that. I'm like, okay, so they know the power of marketing. They know they invested. They didn't get an ROI, but my system is. if you have room for an additional 3 to 5 closings a month, you're already going to future pace them that they're going to be closing. But because it's a 90-day system, they understand the longevity of it, and they have to stick with you for 3 months at least. And if you're willing to follow our system and trust the process, again, you guys should have, you know, protocols, lead handling, and follow up, all this good stuff. If you don't, reach out to me, and we can talk about setting something up for you. Now, this is kind of the 90-day client on demand system. We have guaranteed results. We have, what the hell is this? Go ongoing backend support. You see, guys, again, I'm not perfect. You guys have, again, this is not a final draft, but you guys have to always double proofread your work and do it twice, double proofread, because you never know what you're going to miss the first time. So ongoing backend support, proven Facebook ad design and copy, a landing page, campaign monitoring, blah, 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 blah. You go all the way down the list, and that's called value stacking. You guys should already know this. This is very Dan Henry. A lot of people do this. If you haven't, then welcome to the concept of value stacking, where you have one thing and you individualize it and you give it a ridiculous price tag. So number one is guaranteed results. $8,000 is what that's worth. No risk. So that's why I say this right here. We sell this on its own for $2,000. So we're trying to make a point. Like, dude, just this alone is $2,000, and everything together is worth $28,000. But yours today for only $5,000 a month, John. What do you think? Where do you think we should go from here? And then you ask for the closed, you know, and then you do your thing that way. So guys, that was pretty much the presentation. I know you guys have some questions. I'll go through it again one more time in a little bit. But it's very short. It's meant for you to go through this as you're talking to the clients on a Zoom call. If you have them on the phone, you want to email this to them prior to getting on the phone. Like, hey, are you ready for your phone call? Okay, great. Check your email, open it up, and then call me, or let me call you. You don't want to give this to them ahead of time, because they might make judgments. They might have questions or concerns that they themselves are going to pre-fill, and it's just going to fuck up the whole thing for you. They're going to be like, oh, I don't want this, and blah, oh, $2,000, 28 grand. Like, you know, you don't want them to have that conversation by themselves. You want to be able to interact with them and have that conversation with them. So, guys, it doesn't look like there's any questions, and that's awesome. So you're kind of understanding what the situation is here and how you should be using this. Again, if you're watching this and you want the presentation slides, give me a hashtag PRES, P-R-E-S, and I will send the link out to you guys in a little bit. But this is the gist of the presentation. You have your title. You have what we're about to cover. You have imagine what it'll be like once you have success. You know, why we use Facebook and why it's super important. What a Facebook ad design and copy would look like. You know, this is what we do for you on the back end, monitoring and management. You know, what are the keys? These are the keys for you. I'm getting it to you right now. You should have amazing landing page design and hosting. You should have some tracking. You should have extensive SaaS training. You know, we have guaranteed results. I may even add more slides to this and give you guys an updated version after I'm done. But this is a premise to, you know, the pitch deck that I'm about to start using, because there's multiple ways that you're going to be able to use this. You can make a phone call, set an appointment, have the qualifying call, discovery call, and then set up the strategy session. And in between the discovery and the strategy is where you would send in this video so they can understand the system a little bit more. But you would not put this slide in that video that you're sending off, because you don't want to talk about money unless you have them on the phone, unless they see the value first, right? So you would remove this last slide and then just send everything else. And then the next slide would be like, I can't wait to have a conversation with you, John, or blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? So the other way is have this on a video, and then, hey, are you interested? Okay, great. Use my booking page link, and then it'll have a longer version of this. You have a little bit more slides, so it can be very intense, a little bit more than this. And then if they do book a call, it'll be extra warm. So there's different ways of using this, but the way you guys, I'm pretty sure you're going to use is you're going to get on a call, you're going to book an appointment, you're going to go through a discovery call. The guy has time. You want to show them something like, hey, you know, it sounds like we're a perfect fit based off all the answers that you just told me. If you got a minute, I'd love to tell you all about the program. Yeah, sure, I got a minute. Okay, great. If you can direct your attention to my screen because you're on a Zoom call, or if you direct attention to the document that I emailed you, and then you go slide by slide, and then in that case, I would maybe number. No, I wouldn't number it. Just be like, next, why Facebook, and you know, Facebook ad design and copy, and then go through it with them. And you kind of want to go through it with them. You don't want them to see it by themselves. Again, this is not meant for you to look at standalone. They're going to be like, what the hell is this? This looks cool, but $5,000 a month. Because there's a lot of missing information that you're actually talking in between the slides. So it's not all there, but it's there just to help you, like as a placeholder, to have a conversation visually so they
is to see I'm leaking my face. I don't know. It's not a good feeling. Since when was this on? I'm not sure. I really hope the stream. Oh, the stream hasn't ended. My face. It's horrible in the dark. So I'm just going to change the theme back to light because I need like light shining on my face for it to be visible. So in the meantime, if you think about it, it's very evil. If you think about it, see how light brings up the something in my face. Yeah, so some features of my face. So see how light brings up my face. See how dark hides like certain features of my face. Like if I murder you right now, you won't be able to tell the cops what I look like. See how maybe. Dude, that'd be a horrible murder. I'll tell you why. I'll call the cops like 3 days in advance. I'd book my cell. I'd stay in the cell. Then how I commit the murder is like, they're gonna tell me, no, you're not gonna murder anyone. That's when I murder them. Like I got murdered in 3 days. I don't know. I don't want to be this. Like I want to be this like really cool Enigma killer you see on horror movies, you know? He was in the jail cell. How did he kill him? I told you I was gonna kill him that exact time, that exact place. Nah. But it's like maybe someone else is the killer. I'm taking responsibility. I do that with a thing. See myself doing it. I wouldn't actually do that. I'm just saying. We're just all right now in this imaginary episode of NCIS, CSI something, and then this killer turns up, knows the entire plot, knows the MO, knows everything, the modus operandi, and then you know, but he's not the killer. He's just a guy who set himself up. Not even the killer knows this is happening. This is like that guy would have been caught by now if this guy didn't interfere. Like, what am I doing right now? What am I? What the? What? Modus operandi? Oh yeah, theme to defaults. So, okay. Oh no, this is bad. This is bad. Did I do something bad? I think I killed the stream. I killed the stream, haven't I? Brilliant. Only I could do something this horrible. Oh god, I do look like a serial killer. Jeez. Yeah, dude. Redmond? Now did he say report on Sunday or Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, Thursday or Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Saturday, Sunday. So I'm gonna just mark these like Wednesdays. If you say it's Tuesday, all I have to do is subtract one. If it says it's Thursday, add one. It's pretty Wednesdays, isn't it? It is like it's every increment. That is weird, isn't it? So weird. All that. You have like W and F don't have a repetition. That under 2 weeks with W. That under 2 weeks. It's Sunday, like 2 S's. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, WF. If you Google, is that telling us something? report schedule. Okay. The next thing is, what was I thinking about? I got it, but I'm just waiting for the thing to load up. And yay, see now it's much better. Okie dokie. It's much better like this. I'm gonna search for like MWF. Maybe it gives me some kind of bad search results. I'm going to say, literally closing this laptop. Just saying now, I'll be closing this laptop, and I would never go back to it. So this is telling me okay. So I've just now googled this thing called MWF. The thing is giving me MWF full form, MWF medical definition. I think it is a medical thing. To be a medical thing. Save changes, yes, obviously save changes. What are they thinking? God only knows. Page is unresponsive. You think this Google result is going to be unresponsive to you? Blimey. That's just pretty sad, eh? That's pretty sad. I see some white to brighten up my face. Only some white to brighten up my face. Yeah. Okay, let's switch. Okay. I'm out. Married white female. Holy crap, what? Where? Married white female water filter replacement. Replace and install married white female water filters. Microsoft Web Framework. Modules are distinct and repeatable sections on married white female page. Made up of components. Married white female tech tip of the week. Tip 60. Sheathing in multi-layer. What does married white female mean? MWF. Married white female, often used in personal ads online and in print or in internet chat rooms. Well, that has been insightful. I was looking for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday because they did not have repetitions. But brilliance. Brilliance. Brilliant. I have to quickly figure out. Okay, so it is like nearing half past midnight, and I have basically a lot on my plate. When I say a lot, I mean like so much that I can't handle. I can't handle this. And even if I could, I don't think that. Okay, this is some of my mail. So this is mail I sent like 2 months back. We have Rexus week 1. I really like the fact that people take interest in this work. I think it's good enough for this is the only. I don't want this to be the only thing I do. This is a real problem once you work on something long enough. Like all you can ever talk about is that one thing, right? So I know a lot of people who work in maybe some new innovation in antibiotics, and all they can talk about is antibiotics. let's look at my work, which is this is very general work, but I am using just disguise. I'm just saying Wunderlist is like a very general thing, like all kinds of lists. So I'm like that. I'm saying my recommender system is a very general recommender. My recommender system is a very general recommender system, and I find that kind of okay to talk about. So my week 1 submission was given. Actually, if I just what I should do is I should just put in week, date of submission. Week 1 was on 12 September 2018. Wait, check out what Excel is. So this is what I did. What does it suggest? Suggests I do like the next thing the next day. Brilliant. No, that's not how it works, dude. I have to add 7 to this. See if adding 7 works. So that'll be the 19th of September. So on the 19th of September again fall on a Wednesday, then I'm okay. But if it doesn't fall on a Wednesday, then I'm kind of having to reconsider how I calculate dates. Alright. Days of the week algorithm, mate. Days of the week algorithm. Come on, I know you know it. 365 days a year, 7 days a week. Come on. You do 365 modulo 7. Do it, man. 40? You up for 40? Dude, it's 365. I think it's somewhere between, like... Dude, what do you say? Yeah, I know, it's between 4 9s and 4 10s. So... Okay, yeah, so I was right. And the next one will be on the 26th. So, let's just do that. Instead of 13, let's just remind it's on the 19th. And yeah, I'm supposed to do, I think, just a little over 15 reports. Yeah, so after 15 reports I should be good. I shouldn't do any more. Actually, I can go up to like, yeah. So this is as many reports as I need to do. The thing is, so I'm just going to like on time. That was late, and up until today, 12th, right? It's still time. and 7, so it's like 50-50, it balances out. So it's okay that I got 2 8. It's fine. It's okay. I don't mean to be a crazy scary person, it's just that it's just so much fun lying around doing absolutely nothing, and I think I can make the best of all worlds with this. Give me a second. Come on, give me a right click. Yes. Oh, I can't manipulate. Oh, yes, I can. I can do this. Did not do this, ever. But there is a transform option to transform left. You have to know what is anti-clockwise. Rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise, and here we go. Hello. It's finally... Dude, that is so awesome. That is awesome. I think this is brilliant. This is